Hi everyone, welcome to Lispend Campus. Common daily phrases. Unlock fluent English with 700 essential daily sentences. 301. Let's keep things in perspective. Key phrase. Keep things in perspective. Advising to consider the big picture and not overreact. 302. I'm testing the waters. Key phrase. Testing the waters. Saying you're trying something out to see if it works or how others will react. 303. Don't push your luck. Key phrase. Push your luck. Advising not to take too many risks or overstep boundaries. 304. It's not worth the hassle. Key phrase. Worth the hassle. Referring to something that is not worth the trouble or effort. 305. I'm playing it safe. Key phrase. Playing it safe. Saying you're avoiding risks or taking a cautious approach. 306. That's easier said than done. Key phrase. Easier said than done. Referring to something that sounds simple but is difficult to accomplish. 307. I'm all in. Key phrase. All in. Saying you're fully committed to something. 308. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Key phrase. Bite off more than you can chew. Advising not to take on more than you can handle. 309. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Key phrase. Wrap my head around. Saying you're trying to understand or grasp something complex. 310. Let's put it on the back burner. Key phrase. Back burner. Suggesting to delay or prioritize something else over this matter. 311. Don't burn your bridges. Key phrase. Burn your bridges. Advising not to damage relationships or opportunities permanently. 312. I'm not holding my breath. Key phrase. Not holding my breath. Saying you don't expect something to happen anytime soon. 313. It's a no-brainer. Key phrase. No-brainer. Referring to something very obvious or easy to decide. 314. Let's hit the ground running. Key phrase. Hit the ground running. Suggesting to start a task or project with energy and enthusiasm. 315. I'll keep you posted. Key phrase. Keep you posted. Saying you'll provide updates or inform someone of any changes. 316. It's a fine line. Key phrase, fine line. Referring to a small difference between two things, often with contrasting outcomes. 317. I'm walking on eggshells. Key phrase, walking on eggshells. Describing being very careful not to upset someone or make a mistake. 318. That's the icing on the cake. Key phrase, icing on the cake. Referring to an additional positive or nice detail. 319. Let's go the extra mile. Key phrase, go the extra mile. Saying to make a special effort beyond what is expected. 320. I'm on the same page as you. Key phrase, on the same page. Saying you and someone else agree or understand something in the same way. 321. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Key phrase, eggs in one basket. Advising not to rely on one thing or opportunity. 322. It's a shot in the dark. Key phrase, shot in the dark. Referring to a guess or attempt without knowing the outcome. 323. Let's face the music. Key phrase, face the music. Saying to accept the consequences of your actions. 324. It's not set in stone. Key phrase, set in stone. Referring to something that is not final or permanent. 325. I'll pull some strings for you. Key phrase, pull some strings. Saying you'll use your influence to help someone. 326. That's water under the bridge. Key phrase, water under the bridge. Referring to something in the past that is no longer relevant or worth worrying about. 327. I'll bite the bullet. Key phrase, bite the bullet. Saying you'll face something unpleasant or difficult with courage. 328. It's the lesser of two evils. Key phrase, lesser of two evils. Referring to choosing the less bad option between two difficult choices. 329. Don't put words in my mouth. Key phrase, put words in my mouth. Saying not to misrepresent what you said or meant. 330. It's a win-win situation. Key phrase, win-win. Referring to a situation where everyone benefits. 331. Let's cut to the chase. Key phrase, cut to the chase. Suggesting to get to the main point or important part. 332. Don't judge a book by its cover. Key phrase: judge a book by its cover. Advising not to judge someone or something based on appearance. 333. I'm walking a tightrope. Key phrase: walking a tightrope. Describing being in a very delicate or risky situation. 334. It's time to call it a day. Key phrase: call it a day. Suggesting to stop working or end the activity for now. 335. Let's clear the air. Key phrase: clear the air. Suggesting to resolve a misunderstanding or tension. 336. I'm putting my foot down. Key phrase: putting my foot down. Saying you're being firm or making a decisive stand. 337. Don't reinvent the wheel. Key phrase: reinvent the wheel. Advising not to waste time doing something that's already been done well. 338. Let's think outside the box. Key phrase: think outside the box. Suggesting to come up with creative or unconventional ideas. 339. It's a double-edged sword. Key phrase: double-edged sword. Referring to something with both positive and negative effects. 340. Don't leave me in the lurch. Key phrase: leave in the lurch. Saying not to abandon someone in a difficult situation. 341. I'll show you the ropes. Key phrase: show the ropes. Saying you'll teach someone how to do something. 342. I'm in over my head. Key phrase: in over my head. Saying you're in a situation that's too difficult to handle. 343. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. Key phrase: straw that broke the camel's back. Referring to the last small thing that causes a big reaction. 344. It's better to be safe than sorry. Key phrase: safe than sorry. Advising to take precautions rather than face regret. 345. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Key phrase: count your chickens. Advising not to assume success or outcomes before they happen. 346. I'm in the driver's seat. Key phrase: driver's seat. Saying you're in control of a situation. 347. That's my 2 cents. Key phrase: 2 cents. offering your opinion or contribution to a discussion. 348. Don't cry wolf. Key phrase, cry wolf. Advising not to give false alarms or complaints. 349. I'm in the dark about it. Key phrase, in the dark. Saying you don't know about something or lack information. 350. It's not worth the risk. Key phrase, worth the risk. Referring to something that's too dangerous or uncertain to try. 351. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. Key phrase, cross that bridge. Saying to deal with a problem only when it happens, not before. 352. I'll keep an eye on it. Key phrase, keep an eye on. Saying you'll watch something closely or monitor it. 353. It's all up in the air. Key phrase, up in the air. Describing something that is uncertain or undecided. 354. Let's call a spade a spade. Key phrase, call a spade a spade. Saying to speak honestly and directly about a situation. 355. I'm running on fumes. Key phrase, running on fumes. Describing feeling extremely tired but still continuing to work or function. 356. Let's not split hairs. Key phrase, split hairs. Advising not to argue over small or unimportant details. 357. I'm in the same boat as you. Key phrase, in the same boat. Saying you're in a similar situation, usually one that is challenging. 358. Don't rain on my parade. Key phrase, rain on my parade. Saying not to ruin someone's plans or enthusiasm. 359. That's a drop in the bucket. Key phrase, drop in the bucket. Referring to something very small or insignificant in a larger context. 360. Let's bury the hatchet. Key phrase, bury the hatchet. Suggesting to make peace and resolve a conflict. 361. I'm going to take the plunge. Key phrase, take the plunge. Saying you're going to do something difficult or risky. 362. Don't cut corners. Key phrase, cut corners. Advising not to do something in a quick, careless, or cheap way. 363. That's the tip of the iceberg. Key phrase, tip of the iceberg. Referring to a small part of a much larger problem or situation. 364. I'm at the end of my rope. Key phrase, end of my rope. Describing feeling very frustrated or out of patience. 365. It's not rocket science. Key phrase, not rocket science. Referring to something that's not complicated or difficult to understand. 366. Let's read between the lines. Key phrase, read between the lines. Suggesting to understand something that isn't directly stated. 367. I'll play devil's advocate. Key phrase, devil's advocate. Saying you'll argue the opposite side to explore the issue more fully. 368. I'm keeping my options open. Key phrase, keep options open. Saying you're not making a decision yet to explore all possibilities. 369. Don't put me on the spot. Key phrase, put on the spot. Asking not to make someone feel pressured or embarrassed in the moment. 370. It's not my cup of tea. Key phrase, not my cup of tea. Referring to something you don't particularly like or enjoy. 371. Let's level the playing field. Key phrase, level the playing field. Suggesting to make things fair for everyone involved. 372. It's water off a duck's back. Key phrase, water off a duck's back. Referring to something that doesn't affect or bother someone. 373. I'm going out on a limb. Key phrase, out on a limb. Saying you're taking a risk or expressing an opinion that might not be popular. 374. That's a tough nut to crack. Key phrase, tough nut to crack. Referring to a difficult problem or person to deal with. 375. Don't count me out. Key phrase, count me out. Saying not to exclude someone from a plan or opportunity. 376. I'm trying to connect the dots. Key phrase, connect the dots. Saying you're trying to understand how things are related. 377. Let's nip it in the bud. Key phrase, nip it in the bud. Suggesting to stop a problem early before it gets worse. 378. I'm just blowing off steam. Key phrase, blow off steam. Describing doing something to release stress or frustration. 379. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. Key phrase, fun and games. Referring to something that seems lighthearted but can have serious consequences. 380. That idea is off the table. Key phrase, off the table. Referring to something that is no longer being considered or discussed. 381. I'm burning the candle at both ends. Key phrase, burning the candle. Describing working too hard or overdoing it, often leading to exhaustion. 382. Let's take a rain check. Key phrase, take a rain check. Saying to postpone or reschedule something. 383. I'll keep it short and sweet. Key phrase, short and sweet. Referring to keeping something brief but effective. 384. It's just a drop in the ocean. Key phrase, drop in the ocean. Similar to drop in the bucket, meaning a very small part of something larger. 385. Let's give it a whirl. Key phrase, give it a whirl. Saying to try something out, even if you're unsure of the outcome. 386. I'm hedging my bets. Key phrase, hedging bets. Saying you're protecting yourself by keeping multiple options open. 387. Don't let it go to your head. Key phrase, go to your head. Advising not to become arrogant or overconfident. 388. That's a bitter pill to swallow. Key phrase, bitter pill. Referring to something unpleasant but necessary to accept. 389. It's a blessing in disguise. Key phrase, blessing in disguise. Referring to something that seems bad but turns out to be good. 390. Let's meet halfway. Key phrase, meet halfway. Suggesting to compromise or find a middle ground. 391. That's a storm in a teacup. Key phrase, storm in a teacup. Referring to a big fuss over something insignificant. 392. I'm working around the clock. Key phrase, around the clock. Saying you're working non-stop or very hard. 393. Let's not jump the gun. Key phrase, jump the gun. Advising not to act too soon or prematurely. 394. I'm under the weather. Key phrase, under the weather. describing feeling slightly ill or unwell. 395. It's a work in progress. Key phrase, work in progress. Referring to something that is not finished yet, but is being developed. 396. That's the last straw. Key phrase, last straw. Referring to the final problem that makes a situation unbearable. 397. Don't cry over spilled milk. Key phrase, spilled milk. Advising not to waste time worrying about things that can't be changed. 398. I'll put in a good word for you. Key phrase, put in a good word. Saying you'll recommend or praise someone to help them. 399. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Key phrase, rock and a hard place. Describing being in a difficult situation with no good options. 400. Let's turn over a new leaf. Key phrase, turn over a new leaf. Suggesting to start fresh or make a change for the better. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Keep practicing, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Take control, don't stop, just let it roll. Feel the bass, feel the beat, moving right beneath your feet. Hey! Step into the vibe, let it wrap you tight. Colors in the sound, painting up the night. Horn blast popping, keys so clean. We're riding on the groove machine. Clap your hands, let your body sway. Feel the groove, let it take you away. Don't hold back, let the rhythm play. We're grooving till the break of day. Shake it up, break it down, let the funk surround. Catch the groove, don't lose the sound. The beat is tight, the funk profound. Feet keep moving, the floor's on fire. Melody lifting, hearts rise higher. Bassline bumping, horns so mean. We're lost in the groove machine. Clap your hands, let your body sway. Feel the groove, let it take you away. Till the break of day. Ride the wave, stay in the scene. Oh yeah, we're living the groove machine. Fade out with sax and funky beats. Groove than the groove machine. Fade out with sax and funky beats.